Ladies and gentlemen, the off-panel, off-topic archivists have recently unearthed previously unheard tapes of the Beatles recording sessions. Let's take a listen. Rum diggy diggy, rum diggy diggy, rum diggy diggy, dum diggy diggy. Hey, Paul.
Yeah, what?
I'm really fucking high.
Me too.
Rum diggy diggy, rum diggy diggy, rum diggy diggy. This has been a special report from the off-panel, off-topic archives, available online now. Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off-panel, off-topic with Jake and Tyler.
So I don't know what to say to anybody listening to this show. What that was, but here we are. I didn't even know we had that footage.
So when we, before we do the podcast, we do like part vocal exercises, part throwing shit at the wall to see if anything
honestly, the opening segment is kind of like a free-for-all.
Whatever the fuck we want.
Either it's edited for TV, or it's what's in my mouth, or a fucking skit, apparently.
Well, and Jake and I we both have almost a telepathic connection when it comes to like just singing weird shit into the mic. And so we started singing this thing, and it was like, I don't know why, but it reminded me of the bridge to the chorus in Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and I was like, let's do this. And he was very reticent, but I think it worked. I think it's fucking comedy gold.
Wow. High praise for yourself.
Somebody's got to do it.
But it's an interesting episode this week because we have a little bit of news to talk about. Because you and I were talking about this off the air of off panel.
We were off panel and we were off topic, and you.
Yeah, you were talking about how when a big movie like The Batman comes out, even a week or so after, that's still all that's really talked about, because that's what it was like with Spider-Man, No Way Home.
We pretty much decided that whatever news is going on that week, if it's a movie that we really liked, and we just saw it, it's important to get all that out of the way, and we frequently can talk for like an hour or more for those. We have previously tried to shoehorn some like segments into those episodes, but honestly, after talking about like the Batman, I didn't want to talk about anything else.
No.
I was like, okay, I'm spent. I'm done, man. I'm spent.
I have a friend that's seen it 3 times now.
Fuck.
Actual future guests on the show, Box Office Bros. Shout out to them.
Nice.
It's an interesting situation because you're right. It's like a weird holding pattern after this, because now it's just the build towards Doctor Strange. So because now Batman's coming out, it's been a huge success. But there is some news that we're going to talk about this week.
Is Moon Knight supposed to come out at the end of this month?
Yes.
Okay, so we got that look forward
March
to.
March 30th, I'm pretty sure. And then Young Justice actually comes out March 31st. Well, I'm just saying, like, there's a shit.
Hey, you know what? When I talk about Picard, that's how you feel, so.
The week before that, Halo comes out, so there's a shit ton of content at the end of this month. Which
Halo, whatever.
Honestly kind of excites me because I might be on paternity leave at that time, depending on when my kid shows up. So I might have a little extra time at home watching TV.
Every parent listening to this just laugh their ass.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like there's
your naivete.
There's enough entertainment that I can like half watch it between my sleep deprivation and my insomnia, and I think like some of those shows,
kind of a mishmash of stuff to talk about.
Well, speaking of a show that I feel like I could watch hungover or with no sleep, Our Flag Means Death.
Oh,
I have not watched.
We're talking about this for the first time now.
No, I did a mini review on our YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
So I've shared.
Well, fuck you.
I've shared my thoughts in the first 3 episodes, so I was gonna let you talk, even now knowing more. about. 'Cause
Ewan
there's 6
Bremner.
episodes
Ewan
now.
Bremner is a chameleon. He was in Trainspotting. You know who I'm talking about? The pilot of the boat.
Yeah.
He's
You know what's funny
he's
is I
fucking-
remember him for being a random character in the movie The Rundown with The Rock. And
Yeah, he's been
Sean
in a
William
ton of
Scott.
shit. He's been in.
He's a bit actor, like a
Yeah,
bit character.
but he's a character actor in
that's
the
it.
classic sense because he disappears into these roles and it's really great. But he's one of my favorites. Nat Faxon, the blonde Swede dude, he's been in a ton of shit. I like him too. But it's just Margaret's more of a man's name. Jim is more like either or. The big dude. I forget what his name is. The biggest dude on the boat. But
I'm pretty sure he's Hodor from Game of Thrones.
yeah, I think so too. He is so Stede Bonnet's a real guy. And
Real pirate, yeah.
a real pirate who really did this and really did befriend Blackbeard and
Yes, beaten, shot, stabbed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The show is a little bit different because in actual history, he was actually successful for a brief period when he first started out.
Well, see, that's again, you've only seen the first 3, right?
Yeah.
So the second 3, I don't know if they're releasing 3 at a time.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I think it's
there's 6 episodes out now.
HBO Max is weird because I feel like it. Some of their like Peacemaker was weekly after the first 3.
Yeah.
But there are like they still have like their own original produce, and I think this is going to be a limited series. I know it doesn't say it's a limited series, but I don't see this going past 1 season. And it's the same with oh god, I can't remember the fucking name of this show. It's a really good show. It has
buttholes and pantaloons.
It's like Love and Sex or something like that. Anyway, it's a show about a woman that's married to this like Elon Musk type guy that's like a tech guy, and he, unknowing to her, signed her up for this new program where it's a couple puts chips into their brains so they can like see what the other one's doing with like a Google Glass type technology. He put it in her head without her knowing, and like there's a whole thing, and I just can't remember the fucking title of that show. But anyway, point is, they did the same thing with that show where it was 3 episodes at chunks. So I don't, and then there's some like the Flight Attendant when it came out, it was like I think weekly chunks after the first 3 episodes. So I don't know what they're doing with the release schedules. I just think it's kind of weird. Like a show like this, I think they should just release the whole thing. If it's just going to be an HBO Max thing, just release it because this is a bingeable show. It's 30-minute episodes.
Yeah, it's before you know it, you've gone through like.
Yeah, I blazed through the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, and they're great episodes, and I think one of the things I really like about the really excellent media content that's out there right now, like the original content that's being put out, the stuff that really stands out to me is stuff that tackles real-world, real-time issues now in any other genre or time period or whatever. Like, for example, this is 1600s dealing with pirates, and yet they somehow like are able to satirize like employees' rights, equality for women, equality for homosexuality. There's all these different things that they're satirizing that makes us look really stupid in our society today, and that's to me is the best type of writing, the best type of shows. Original content to me are the ones that can do that without slapping me in the face. Like, hey, did you ever see Don't Be a Menace?
Yeah.
Okay. My favorite part of that movie
was like the original parody movie from the Wayans.
Yeah, great fucking movie, still holds up. But my favorite part
is when they're fucking on the dance floor. They're fucking getting freaky on the dance floor.
My favorite part is when Keenan Ivory shows up every once in a while as the mail carrier. And just message,
Yeah.
And to me, that's really funny because it shows, they're obviously poking fun at like, these types of movies. But that's I don't want to get hit over the head with shit like Terminator Genesis. Or was that the last one? No.
The last one was Dark Fate.
Okay, did you see it?
I watched about half of it.
Now, it was an okay movie, but here's the thing: is they were really ham-fisted and really just not good with their message.
So is that why you think this show handles certain certain issues?
It handles them with sensitivity and humor,
not in like a virtue signaling kind of way.
Yes, I mean, Dark Fate is clearly like women are cool. Don't forget that, and it's like we know that. Can we get on with the Terminator movie? Like, no, women are still cool. I'm like, I got that. Jesus fucking.
Yeah, you don't need to sell me on Linda Hamilton being a badass.
Right.
I know she's a badass.
Right? Did you see the Murphy Brown reboot?
God, no. I didn't even watch the original show.
No, the original show was really good. It was great satire. It was cleverly written. I mean, it was just razor sharp wit, okay? I watched like one episode of the reboot, and it was literally these people made this show just to
bitch about Trump.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was like really like even for me who hates him,
I think that
for various reasons.
Shit is so lame.
I was just like, this is awful.
Well, and I hate the idea.
Her son like worked for Fox News or something. It was
it's like that's the type of like liberal fucking lame ass humor that
the type of shit that was made for Nancy Pelosi.
That SNL still does a lot of. I mean, yeah, they'll have like Weekend Update with Michael Shea and Colin.
Michael Shea is fucking brilliant.
Colin Jost. That's the only thing I really watch from SNL. That's the only thing I really like.
Mostly.
And that's nothing against the current cast. I'm not one of those fucking guys.
It's everything against
I'm
the
not
current
one of those
cast.
guys that's like, well, this era of fucking SNL is better than that. Like, I don't give a shit about that.
Whatever.
No, it's just I've never really watched SNL anyway. So I've watched it more recently than I usually would have, but most of the time I didn't really watch SNL.
Mm-hmm.
Getting way off the topic there, but
yeah, what the fuck?
But no, but that's what I agree with you. I think that it's handled differently in this show, and it's not done in a overly like blatantly liberal.
Yeah, it's funny,
progressive for progressive's sake nonsense. Like
it handles it like the characters like are. Here's my thing, and I know agree with me or don't. I don't give a shit. But my thing is. People call me liberal, left-leaning, whatever, for my beliefs, but my beliefs are that all human beings should be fed, clothed, and sheltered. I don't think that's a radical fucking idea.
You just think every human has the right to have a good life, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's not a radical idea,
No.
and to me, that's common like knowledge. That's common
being
sense.
A good person.
And most of the crew is like that. They've accepted their lot in life for various reasons. But they're also very common sense about like, well, yeah, how are we gonna kill him?
I do love how they're plotting his mutiny. Well, and the thing about the show too, I think that it shows a bit of, but I'm wondering as the show progresses, it'll show more of, and I really don't think it'll be that.
Let me just
long
say
of a
this.
series, mostly because I think
it's time. In
doing research on Steve Bonnet, I realized something that. It's so funny because pirates are treated so much like the idealized version of like cowboys or things that have existed in human history, but have been so romanticized. Because whenever you think of pirates in like movies or TV shows or whatever, it feels like it's this long period of time, but in reality, the time period that this show takes place in. The golden age of pirates only lasted 2 years because the British Army and Navy killed them because there's like these guys are robbing everybody. They're causing all these problems.
Did you ever see the?
And so like the whole the fact that people don't understand they only lived for 2 years because eventually all of these navies were pissed off of them plundering and taking and doing all these things.
Yeah,
and they're like, you know what? we're gonna fucking annihilate
Did you ever see the Robot Chicken episode where the guy is role playing with his wife as Captain Jack Sparrow?
Yeah.
But the way it starts is that this girl's having a dream that she's actually with. And the guy is being very literal, and he's like, "Oh, look, my ball. Like, why do your balls smell so? Like, well, I've been at sea for 3 years, you know." And to me, that's like a great, like, you know, yeah. Women are like, "Oh, Captain Jack," but dude, you know how bad he smells and shit. Like, yeah, and he's got scabies and right. So this show really deals with that in a matter of fact way. It deals with. In episodes that you haven't seen yet, it deals with homosexuality among the crew in a very matter-of-fact way. And then it also deals with classism and class warfare in a very matter-of-fact way, and it's actually really great.
Yeah. And
you'll be standing up and cheering. Nick Kroll makes an appearance.
I want to be clear. I think most of the things that pirates did were irreprehensible. Okay.
Reprehensible.
Reprehensible?
Yes, that's reprehensible. Irredeemable, I think, is the word.
Yes, that's the word I was thinking of. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like some like Robin Hood pirate out there, and Stede Bonnet you could argue he's the gentleman pirate or whatever. But just to be clear, I feel like a lot of them did rape and murder people, so they're not good people.
No.
But we romanticize them because they were outside the law, and that's the comparison I make to the westerns. Is when you look at how, because that's like the more archaic version of what we did with cowboys, of like it's this period that's very brief in American history and not as violent as we think it was.
Also,
do you know that like gang violence and like gun violence would like comparatively now versus then, it's so much more tamer than it was. You know what I mean? We made it seem like everybody had a fucking pistol on their side and they were quick drawing.
Well, everybody also wore bowlers instead of Stetsons.
Right. And in this show, it does that idea of kind of flipping the genre on its head and being like, these are still bad people. Like, they're violent people, and there's like the show oddly has a lot of gory moments and violent moments, but it's similar to Peacemaker, that is so over the top that it's funny. It's used as humor.
Like I said, it's matter of fact.
Like when they get to the Republic of Pirates and the random dude just falls on him and just wipes blood all over his white clothes. Like that's just funny. Like it's silly. And then they think it's red wine and goes, no, that's blood. Do you want blood?
It's matter of fact. It's it's like, look, this is the time period they were in, and we're not going to shy away from like reality.
Yeah,
and that's cool, and I like that. And Taika Waititi is probably one of the better, filmmaker guys out there, or creators of content, original content. And the guy from Flight of the Conchords is just fucking brilliant, of course. But if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. If I'm not mistaken, the first 6 episodes are now available.
Yes.
Again, I got through episode 5, and then 6 started. And I'm like, I don't have time for this. I have to go do things. So I haven't seen all 6, but I've seen.
Oh my gosh!
Fuck
you lied,
you fucker!
You son of
I didn't say I saw all
bitch.
6. You bitch!
You son of a. Anyway, so moving on.
Took a turn. Hey, let's talk about something.
I want to take some time to talk about something I want to talk about.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be mad at me. No, I'm kidding. So recently, the new WWE game came out, and I knew it. He fell asleep.
Wake me up when you get to me making my own character.
What should I say to you?
What was it? The basket case Dickie Buster?
Yeah. Well, my character I made for the My Rise mode, which is the My Career mode.
This shit's right up my alley too.
Yeah,
I'm not a big old like wrestling guy, but man, I was just like, wait a second, you could change the color of the shorts? Well, how many times?
That's the thing that kills me about these games is I play them more just for the character design, just to make superheroes.
That's almost part of Madden that I like the most is when you draft new players like that you didn't make up, but also you get to make up your own players.
Yeah. But anyway,
So you roll best of both worlds.
So I'll briefly kind of talk about it. So
Take your time, man.
Well, I'm not really into pro wrestling, unless. Well, I've been watching.
We just saw pro wrestling at Bacon.
I know,
Fest.
but
That
I
was
haven't.
cool.
I haven't been like watching WWE programming. I mean, I've been watching like AEW stuff occasionally, but
So you're like with me with Marvel. You're a WWE whore.
not anymore.
Oh,
because this company is just.
Wow.
Anyway,
strong thoughts from
fan.
Jake
Not a fan of Vince.
on
McMahon.
off-panel, off-topic about WWE.
Nice.
Cutting edge.
Nice.
Wow, how'd you
I
get
come
that
out.
effect?
I come out to the ring and they're like,
Bad mother crusher.
How do I sound when I get into the ring?
What?
No,
"How do you sound?"
come on.
Shut your face up and do it.
It's literally my voice.
Pizza time.
No.
Yes.
Thank you. Jesus Christ.
Nice.
That would be funny if I got to the ring like everybody's like, all right, quiet down. Pizza time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then me in the audience,
Nice.
and then you're like,
$1 million, bitch.
"All right, stop it. All right." Yeah, my thing is I've been a WWE and just pro wrestling fan for for a while, but it's a thing of like I'm the stereotypical kind of guy that's like as I've gotten older I dip in and out of it because it's ridiculous
Yeah.
and
It
that's
is stupid.
and that's why I love it.
Mm.
I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, it's fake or whatever. No, it is choreographed because if you truly watch a match, they're calling out the moves. They're creating a scene for you. It's cool because it's a combination of you and I we've talked about this before with John Cena and Peacemaker and stuff. It's the idea that they have to do so many things at once. They have to do stunt performance, they have to do fight choreography, they have to
be athletic.
they have to do character work, so they have to taunt
Acting.
the crowd. They have to do that. Yes, they have to sell.
Basically being an MC.
They have to sell injuries. Like, oh, he keeps stomping my arm, so my arm has to hurt. So I have to drag my. Like there's an art to it. There's a performance to it, and that's why I've always liked pro wrestling. So and naturally, I've always played the games. And this is going back to like fucking PS2. I played SmackDown vs. Raw was the first game that I played. Even though I know SmackDown Here Comes the Pain is the superior game. We all know.
Wow. Yeah, duh.
Come on, guys.
What are you, stupid?
No, but every I've kind of played it on. It's like how and it's the way they designed it. It's like any other sports game. It's like Madden for me, where maybe not every year I'd get it, but like every other year I'd pick it up and play it and enjoy it. And it's always been because I could create my own characters and belts. And
I had a blast. I could have done that for another hour.
well, that's the thing. Back in the day, they even got to the point of like create a story where you can make your own storylines for your wrestlers, and you could upload it to other people, and other people could play.
You know
your
what?
stories.
You know what I'd make my story?
What?
Just a small town boy.
I hate you so much. Anyway, the series really took a nosedive because the THQ is the company that had made the original games. They went bankrupt. So then Take-Two and 2K picked up the license and started doing it in it's almost been 10 years that they've had the license.
Yeah.
2013 was the first game they produced it, which was 2K14, which I would argue was the last great wrestling game, like last great WWE game. And it's kind of really gone downhill. I mean, I play a lot of 2K19. It was great, but 2K20 was a fucking nightmare. Like, there was parts where wrestlers' faces would disappear, so it'd just be like eyeballs and teeth, like nightmare fuel. Like, people would clip through
Why?
because it was a broken game that shouldn't have been released. Like, it was just like people would glitch out into the ring and like disappear and just fall through the game world, and like they would randomly get hit and like do random flips into rope. You should just watch YouTube compilations of how janky that fucking game looks.
Which
it's
one?
Crazy. WWE 2K20. I'm trying to sneeze right now.
You don't have photo, whatever that is, where you look at a bright light and it makes you sneeze.
I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, so this game, so it's been 2.5 years since the last WWE game, which, if you think of like traditional sports games, this is unheard of.
Mm.
Madden, if it sucks, and it has for a while,
What sucks about it?
there's not enough features that you would have. Dude, there's
Oh my god.
the gameplay isn't
You
as
still
fun.
got to do franchise?
Yeah, but it's not
Okay,
as
that's
good
fine.
as it was.
Yeah, all right. Well,
I want to be able to do the things that, like where
like
I
what?
control, like first of all, like the little touches, like the fake radio show. Where's that at? I used to love that. Or the idea that I could do like what you could do in ESPN 2K5, where you could like sign players out of retirement. You can, excuse me. There's so many other things. Point is, this game has sucked for a while. WWE. So this is such a refreshing surprise to actually play this game and enjoy myself and have fun. Like, and I'm talking about the gameplay itself, because 2K19, while I think it's a fine wrestling game, I think that I just didn't like the control scheme where they went with it.
Mm.
And this game is more of a return to the PS2 style, more arcade blend with a little bit of simulation.
Mm.
So whereas for the last few years it'd been really hyper focused on, like, if you got into a submission, you'd have to wriggle the stick in the right way and fill up the circle so you can get out of it.
The stick.
Do all
right.
well, yeah, pretty much.
I know it's stick you. were
Yeah, you
wiggling.
know. And then really just
Yeah, you know, baby.
you know it.
Nice.
Rum diggy dick.
Yes.
So it's so refreshing to finally play a wrestling game that I actually enjoy
Refreshing.
playing. Because
Yeah.
when 2K19, most of the time I spent was in the character creation stuff.
Put
and
it in. Yeah.
just fucking around with the creation suite.
It is fun though. I made
No, it's still
myself. I gave myself a
dude.
Day of the Dead face paint.
Dude, of the current
mohawk.
of the current era 2K WWE games, this is almost up to 2K14 in levels of character creation that you can do. It's fucking nice because I love it.
Fucking nice.
Yeah. Well, and you know
What?
what? I just can't wait for
What?
I can't wait to get into the community creations and see like all the different characters people make of like the different comic
That's
book
a weekend.
characters. That's that. I think that at some point we need to really consider the off-panel off-wrestling championships and do some community creations, make some characters. I don't know. Could be fun. Anyway, yeah. So, well, here's an indication of how much I've enjoyed it. I picked it up Friday night, and I played it until 3 a.m. on Friday. And then I spent most of Saturday playing it. So that says just how much I've enjoyed this game.
You know what
So-
that calls for on the board?
Nice.
All right, so Tyler, there was some news this week.
Yeah, and after look, Warner Brothers right now has a lot of cred and a lot of clout and a lot of goodwill that they
wins.
can draw from.
A lot of
okay?
wins recently.
Yeah, but I gotta be honest. I don't give a fuck about the Flashpoint movie if it ever comes out.
Okay,
I
so-
don't fucking care.
So yeah, what we're
Go ahead
referring
and tell us
to,
the news.
of course, as you know, the DCEU movies have been delayed. Well, just a lot of Warner Brothers
What's the
movies have kinda
reason
shuffled.
for though?
They didn't really give
Yeah,
up.
so fuck off, Warner Brothers.
So yeah, The Flash was originally supposed to come out November 4th. It is now moved to June 23rd,
What the fuck?
2023.
I don't care. I didn't care, and now I definitely don't give a fuck.
Another one I don't understand, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is moved from December of this year to March 17th, 2023 for whatever reason.
What?
Well, I think it has to be I don't know. Again, I don't understand.
Failed, Warner Brothers. Failed.
Black Adam is moved from July of this year to October 21st of this year. So only 3 months. DC League of Super Pets just announced that Keanu Reeves is playing Batman in it, and then goes from May 22nd or May of this year to July 29th. So it takes Black Adam's spot for some reason. But here's the big one, and this one I'm actually excited about, is Shazam: Fury of the Gods is coming out this year.
Oh,
December 16th instead of mid-2023. So I think what they're trying to do is have Black Adam in your minds, so then when you go to Shazam, you get, because he's gonna show up at the end of Shazam.
Yeah,
because it's obvious he's got to be the big bad in the because how many Shazam movies are you gonna make without Black Adam? Okay, you can only make 2 before you got to be like, all right, especially with The Rock being Black Adam, it's got to happen. So I think their whole their mindset is, rather than have a big gap like that, have the 2-month gap between these 2 movies to get you really excited. But then I'm also like, okay, cool, but then when the fuck is Shazam 3 coming out? I don't know. Dude, what the hell are they doing? Why are they moving this shit around? It doesn't make sense. You're right. It's like they can't handle
it's like you can't
having
get
success
out of your own fucking way, dude.
because they can't handle the fact that people liked the Snyder Cut, they liked the Suicide Squad, they liked Peacemaker, they love the Batman, but they're like, well, now we gotta fuck it all up.
Why?
All that goodwill that we just built up, we're just gonna fuck it all up.
Just throw. Honestly, like, just throw it out at us. You know, we'll judge it based on its merits. And Star Wars can take a good lesson from this shit, man. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Star Wars is Obi-Wan has a chance here to make up for the shitstorm that was Book of Boba Fett. What?
Are we just gonna segue right into the Obi-Wan trailer then, or because I just want to know?
I'm done talking about Warner Brothers. I mean,
all right, sure, let's go right into Obi-Wan then.
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
They're fucking it up is basically the point of that story.
Yes, absolutely. And like, you can't even hide. I mean, you could argue that maybe if there was a bigger surge right now, I'm not saying that there isn't another variant that's bubbling up with COVID.
I don't know if it has anything to do with
but
that.
I think that we've already opened Pandora's box. There's no going back, I feel like. So you can't. I don't even think you could use COVID as an excuse for the delay.
So,
I don't really understand the motive behind it.
So Obi-Wan looks great, and here's the thing: is they have a chance to do something original like The Mandalorian was.
I do want to note something.
Yes.
The Flash movie was announced in 2014.
That's why I don't give a fuck anymore.
By the time that movie releases, it's been in development for 9 years.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. So anyway,
did you see the meme of Ezra Miller like super old by the time Flashpoint releases?
Pretty much.
You're a time traveler.
So yeah, what you're saying with Obi-Wan is a chance to bring back some goodwill towards the brand after Boba Fett. I would agree with you because it's a limited series. So that indicates to me that this is only going to be like 6 or 7. This is going to be like Book of Boba Fett. It's going to be like 6
We've talked before
episodes,
about how
episodes.
Mandalorian should have been 2 seasons and that's it.
Or
that was the perfect ending.
Or I would argue that the Book of Boba Fett storyline could have very easily been a B subplot in Mandalorian season 3.
Yep.
Had them converge at the end of the season.
Didn't need a whole different show.
Nope. Could have just been the Mandalorian and then like, oh, by the way, Boba Fett's doing this shit over here.
But Obi-Wan looks really fucking cool. The Inquisitors are in it.
So what are the Inquisitors? I don't know what this is.
The Inquisitors are Sith related. They use the red lightsabers, but they're basically Jedi hunters during the period between the prequel trilogies and the original trilogy.
Clone Wars and shit like that.
Yeah. No, after Order 66 and before.
Oh yeah, because that's episode 3.
Between Order 66 and the destruction of the first Death Star, they're basically created and they're basically made by the Emperor, and they're sent out to hunt Jedis that escape.
Right, and I'm pretty sure because I never finished the game. I should get around to playing it, but I think they're in the Jedi Fallen Order game.
Guess what? Star Wars fans are already petitioning to change the look of the Inquisitor.
Why? Because his head isn't.
I don't fucking care. I don't care. I got to be honest. There's so much more shit going on in the world. You fucking babies.
Here's something to say about that too. Where my mindset is, with the brand itself.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, him and I were talking about it. I said, "Oh yeah, the Obi-Wan trailer drops," and he goes, "I don't care." And I go, "Oh really?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I just don't care about Star Wars anymore because of the fan base and just how it's because he's similar to me. He's like I'm a pro wrestling fan, so I know all about where fandoms get toxic, and of course I'm paraphrasing of what he said, and I share that sentiment of I've gotten to the point where I'm interested in to see what this show does, and I think it will be better than Boba Fett because, like I said, it'll be focused and it'll be limited run.
I think Star Wars, you're so stupid. Like, we defended the fuck out of Book of Boba Fett for 4 fucking episodes, dude, and then you just went and fucking fucked it all up. Hey, here's 3 Mandalorian episodes.
But I'm kind of with you, and I think you're in the same boat, and of the whole idea of like it's hard to care about this franchise anymore because I just hate the discourse that constantly goes on around it.
Well, the other thing too is these fan bases. You have a responsibility as the keepers of the franchise or whatever. You have a responsibility, and I know you don't like it because you're afraid you'll piss people off and they'll stop buying it. But you know what? You have enough money already, Disney. So you have a responsibility to come out and say something. Like Florida, there's a big flack right now because the email that the CEO of Disney sent out.
Don't say gay, Bill.
It basically said, "Hey, we support you, but we're not going to say anything out in public about it."
Yeah.
Well, fuck you, Disney. You know what I mean? Fuck you, dude.
Which is all the more proof that these companies are not being run by these like
Kathleen
leftist
Kennedy,
communists.
if she was smart, she would stand up and she would go, "This is what we're going to do from now on. We're going to make Star Wars stories that we believe further the brand and are quality stories.
Yes.
We're not going to change course in the middle of a season, no matter what Twitter says."
And you know what it is too for me is,
and furthermore, there's just fucking spell it out. Furthermore, there are people out there who are not like you who we want to show inclusivity to. And if you don't like it, fuck off. Get off the chat room. Get a real job. Get out of your mom's basement. Stop being a fucking little bitch and making poor actresses get off social media. And you know what? Shame on us for making Kelly Marie Tran's role in the third one a lot smaller by caving to these fucking toxic males in our fan base. Fuck all you guys. I don't care if you never buy another piece of Star Wars merchandise ever, because you know what? I don't want your fucking money. But you know what? She'll never do that. But that would be cool if she did. Don't you think?
So anyway, the trailer.
Do you want anything else with your roast beef?
What? Oh, this is an Arby's?
Yeah, no. I'd go on a lot of rants off air. And one of our in jokes, you're about to talk about the trailer.
I know.
One of our in jokes was that every time I get done with a rant, he says something like, "So did you want 1 or 2 of these?"
Sir, this is an Arby's.
Yeah.
Yeah. The trailer itself, interesting to say the least, because Star Wars is such a fan service machine now.
Yeah.
And but I'm not gonna pretend that the fucking Duel of the Fates in the trailer wasn't. Ooh, that slaps so hard.
Oh.
So good. I enjoyed the trailer.
So did
I liked it in a sense that we do get to see. It's frustrating to me because I just, the thing that I don't care about is I'm so. I just feel like this franchise hasn't given me something new in a long time.
Huh.
And while I liked Rogue One, I think it set a dangerous precedent because Rogue One is a good movie and I enjoy it. But it set that precedent of what this franchise has always fallen into the trap of. They can't stop dealing with the Skywalker saga. They have to keep meddling in between the 6 episodes. And I get the idea that the 6 episodes and this whole...
Are you criticizing Rogue One's Darth Vader scene?
No.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
I'm saying that's a good movie. But I think that kind of set down the road of making Solo and making...
What's wrong with Solo?
It's a fine movie, but I just want movies outside of the 6 episodes. Like, I just...
Totally get it.
I feel like we're doing too much of filling the gaps where I'm like, you guys got to understand that it's okay to have gaps in a story and let other people's imaginations kind of run with it. Because that's kind of the fun of
To me, right now, what Star Wars needs to is just abandon the Skywalker
well,
saga.
Yeah, and because I don't want to get on a soapbox about it, but creatively, and based on what I've seen from like actual published artists and writers and things like that, the fun of like writing a comic book or the fun of writing a book or any sort of artistic endeavor, when you do it, the fun of it is the idea, at least for me, I don't know, you could speak for yourself too with your music and things like that, but like for me, it's the idea of what the other person can fill in with their imagination.
Yes.
So what I can tell my story, but what are they painting in their brain of like?
Speaking of that,
so that's what I mean.
yeah.
Where like I feel like the gaps. While I think this will be a good show, I like the idea of having those gaps between 3 and 4.
You and I have talked a lot about this,
the
about
passage of time.
Really good horror movies imply the horror.
Right.
They don't outright show it to you. Now, a movie like The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. Now we see a lot of it, but that's great because it's done really well.
It's amazing.
But what we're saying is that sometimes implication is much more effective. Like, and you said paint a picture. Like right now, I've been trying to ask a lot of my artist friends if they would paint a picture about like one of my songs, like what they would interpret my song as a painting,
like a Rorschach test.
Kind of, just like how, and I, give me a painting and I'll write a song about it. And I think that is really fun because again, you're not only are you allowing the artist or the audience to fill in gaps that you might have left unknowingly, but also, it's a chance to see what another artist would interpret your work as, and that's cool, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And so that's where I'm.
It's like when you did my remix. It was cool.
And that's kind of where I'm just. I like having the idea of.
But scrap Skywalker.
The passage from episode 3 and 4. I like that.
Let's see the Jedi Mandalorian War, dude. That's what I want.
But here's the thing. I will enjoy this show because it's an opportunity to see Ewan McGregor play the role again. Because I know how much this role means to him and how much he loves this role. So to see him get one more shot at it is enough for me to go and watch it. And I want to support his, and him saying like getting to see Hayden Christensen again was a great moment for him.
I like that he's like being welcomed back into the fold, but fuck all y'all for making Jake Lloyd a goddamn career criminal. Seriously, you guys fucked that up right away. It's not like this is new, guys. Okay.
Yeah. Here's the question: will we see a Force ghost of Qui-Gon Jinn in this show? Because we're already getting Darth Vader, we're already getting Anakin, we're already getting all this other shit. Why wouldn't we get a Force ghost of Qui-Gon Jinn? You don't think they couldn't get Liam Neeson to like just come on set for a day? Would you be honest with me? Would you be like, I'm fucking done, and just turn it off and never watch it again if there's a Qui-Gon Jinn Force ghost?
Why would I be mad at that?
Because it'd be too fan servicey.
What? No. I want to see Qui-Gon. He's one of the greatest characters in Star Wars lore, and he got kind of fucked by that first movie.
Episode uno.
And I love, this is my favorite thing is not the actual writing of the movies and stuff. It's the fan theories that people come up with.
Yeah. No,
that like Qui-Gon was like secretly a Sith.
But that's what I mean. That's what I mean is going back to filling the gaps and letting people's imaginations run wild with it. And I think that could be a trap of constantly going back. And I've had friends try and get me to watch the Clone Wars and watch the Bad Batch. and all this stuff. And I'm like,
Bad Batch is pretty good.
and like, hey, I'm sure they're great shows. I'm not saying they aren't.
Yeah.
The reason I don't really get invested in this extended lore is I like the ambiguity of Star Wars.
Well, how many times before you start filling in gaps that you start changing the original story because
Right.
you have to make it fit now?
It's like we talked about. Where
You're ruining your original story.
It's like we talked about with modern writers going in and they have to go back and change things in continuity to make
Right.
their story fit sometimes.
Right.
And that's gonna happen when you have such a long running canon. And I don't know. I lost my mouse. It's
Son of a bitch.
I don't know. It's exciting to see, again, like I said, to see those guys get a second shot at those characters.
Yeah.
But I just hope that we can start going in a direction of the High Republic stuff and just going outside of the Skywalker saga. That's what I really want.
Give me some new shit. Give me a fucking Witches of Dathomir fucking.
And here's another thing too. Honestly, where the Mandalorian is set between 6 and 7, I think it's fine. I think it's totally fine being in that little space.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just when you keep going back and going back and back and back and adding to the lore, it's just I don't know. I'll admit that I've never really been a guy to read the books or the comics or play the games or any of that stuff. Like Star Wars is really just simply a thing that
Marvel made like a female Darth Vader named Shira
the only Star Wars shows that I've watched.
Shira Bree, I think.
What?
They had a fucking female Darth Vader. She had a force whip instead of a lightsaber. It's fucking cool as fuck.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
But
it's not canon.
Star Wars. Star Wars has just been strictly just the only shows that I've watched have been the live action shows. So I've only watched The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett. I've been meaning to watch Star Wars
Caravan of Freedom, the Ewok movie from the 80s.
No, I did not watch that one.
You don't have to. It's fucking
I haven't
horrible.
watched the anime one.
You should watch Droids.
Star Wars.
Droids is a really good show.
Was it
a
Star Wars
show.
Worlds or something like that with the anime?
Oh yeah, that was okay. It wasn't. It's not necessary.
Whatever. It's not necessary.
It's not. It's just
so
whatever.
Obi-Wan. I'm gonna watch it. You're
Yeah.
gonna watch. I mean, not just because of the show, but I'm definitely gonna check it out because I want to see what Ewan McGregor can do with a bit of a more beaten down, not as optimistic Obi-Wan because all of his friends were fucking slaughtered and he's been on the run.
Here's another perfect example of
Which would make
of
sense why he
going
would
back.
be like that.
Here's a perfect example of going back and fucking up the original story. In the original fucking trilogy, Obi-Wan is an old hermit, like in his 80s, okay? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, right? Then hey, why the fuck, George, did you
See, I thought you were going to be a little bit more optimistic about this than
I am very optimistic about Obi-Wan. I'm talking about this retconning shit.
Oh, yeah.
And like, here's the thing: like when we first see Star Wars, motherfucking, it was not. Oh, hey, by the way, the Galactic Empire has been around for like 18 years. No, it's been around for like hundreds of years, or like at least a couple of decades. You know, maybe 30, 40, 50, 60 years. And you shoehorn yourself into, well, sorry, but this whole thing has to take place 18 years before this because I made this character born now. Well, way to fucking go. Because now guess what? Ewan McGregor is not going to look that old. So now you shoehorn. Now you're going to have to make up. You're going to have to write up a reason to tell us why. And you're going to have some shitty CGI at the end of the series. You know it is. You know he's going to like do some force power that's going to like fucking shitty CGI him into Alec Guinness.
Oh my god. You know what really drives me nuts about just this trailer is the people like standing fucking Uncle Owen. It's like I don't give
What does that mean, standing? I don't understand. I've heard that term.
It's a Twitter term. They're fangirling over Uncle Owen.
Why?
Because he's I don't know. That's my response too. I was like, I never gave two fucks about Uncle Owen. Why are people excited to see? the guy that plays him is a good actor, but I just like I don't give two fucks.
Is he really?
Oh yeah, he is. I don't remember his name. What the fuck is your problem? I don't think you like Star Wars anymore, man.
I'm tired of what the leadership of Star Wars has done to the franchise.
The lies.
I'm tired. I look at the leadership of the Star Wars franchise the same way as I look at the leadership of the United States.
Well, the thing is, too, is
you guys have this whole fucking great thing in front of you, and you're just fucking shitting all over it every fucking day.
Yeah.
Just turn it into a fucking touristy fucking shell of its former self for money. Good job. Hope you're happy. Hope you're happy with all the crying children.
So, well, let's go. I hope you're ready to hear some more rants, because Tyler's going to bitch about Star Trek.
Fuck you, Star Trek 2.
I don't know anything about Picard.
So Picard season 1. So, okay, I like Patrick Stewart a lot, okay?
Patrick Stewart.
I'm not a huge, Star Trek guy.
Acting.
Now, I am enough of a Star Trek person. I liked the original series. I've described to you before, when the Next Generation, when we heard it was coming out, we had to get bits and pieces wherever we could find it, in
Wizard
magazines.
magazine and shit.
They didn't even have that shit back in the day, man. There was Fangoria and stuff like that, but we'd find these magazines and whatever, and we didn't have internet. So the way we learned if we were going to actually be able to, if somebody in our market had purchased it to play it. Because Paramount pushed a lot for a lot of stations to pick up the first season and to run it, and so the only way we knew was to read the paper that week when the TV Guide and the newspaper came out. Oh hey, cool, it's on
TV Guide, man.
This at 10:30 on Saturday night, or whatever. And I remember watching it, and it was wow, this is really cool. It felt really cool, like I was a part of something. What?
You know what always made me laugh about that? With the because it was literally a screenshot of a fucking Dish Network or DirecTV TV Guide, and they would just copy and paste it onto the fucking newspaper. Remember that shit?
No, what?
All right, go ahead.
No, we had actual newspapers with the.
It was color coded.
No, there's black and white. You had to find your own shit.
One of my papers had it.
I don't know, man. I just know that. I mean, that's how we found. So
my bad.
So Star Trek 4, I like. I have a special connection to Star Trek. And Picard season 1 was pretty good because it kind of furthered the story of Picard, and it made it. It ended in a really cool way where Picard is actually put into a synthetic body, his consciousness. So that's the in-universe explanation for all of, why he's still around and still, fighting shit and whatnot. And it's kind of cool. Number one, what's his name? Jonathan Frakes. Will Riker shows up. There's a little bit of fan servicey stuff. Now, then we get into the first episode of season 2, and I'm fairly pleased with season 1. And season 2 starts off, and I got to be honest, Patrick Stewart looks really, really old. And he acts really, really old. Old. Bad. Okay? It's noticeable. And the story is all about how Picard once went to the stars, and the only reason he's never found love or started a family is because his parents were fighting all the time, or some retcon bullshit that's just what? Shut up. Shut the fuck. And I just turned it off. I was I don't care to watch this anymore. So Star Trek has done a lot of cool things with Discovery and Strange New Worlds is supposed to be the Enterprise before Kirk showed up, which was basically the first guy who was the original pilot of Star Trek was Captain
James T. Kirk.
No. Captain Pike was, and Spock was on it, and Number 1 was on it, who's played by Rebecca Romijn in this series. Anson Mount is in it. It looks cool. They're rejuvenating Star Trek in a lot of ways. But I got to be honest, Patrick, you didn't read the script and go, fuck no. No, this is stupid. This makes everything about Picard stupid. Anyway, I don't recommend Picard season 2. Maybe if you're a big Star Trek nerd, maybe. And honestly, you are a nerd if you're a big Star Trek person.
I feel like
Nerd.
I feel like there's a lot of Star Trek completionists out there where they're like, even if it's bad, they have to watch it just to complete it.
Yeah.
Because there's so many like weird, really good movies, but really bad movies. You know, really good shows, but really bad shit. It's like a weird.
Like I never watched
universe.
Voyager or DS9. Never watched either one of those. I think I watched some of. I think that was it. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. So
It really fucking doesn't.
No, it sucks. It sucks because I know how excited you were for that show and how much you really liked the first
It basically ruins, like, I mean, it basically just takes the whole character and just kind of takes a big old shit. And fan service? Oh my fucking God. I mean, literally, like, hey, here's some Borg fucking idiots. And like, really? Really? Really?
Come on!
Give me a fucking break.
Give him a break of that Kit Kat bar.
Give me a break.
Give me a break.
Break me off a piece of that P-card bar.
What?
Anyway.
What? What?
What?
Nice.
All right, so.
Oh.
Wow.
Woo.
Tyler, I want you to whip this thing out. It's Tyler's
Ooh, give me a second. Give me a second. Oh, let me unzip. I'm betting that. Okay.
All right, anyway.
So I went ahead and one of my things is when I go to the comic book shop, I like to buy stuff of collections of comic books that I read when I was a kid. It's a way for me to remember, hey, these stories are still really good even years later, and also some of them with the MCU and everything are really prescient right now. And there's Marvel Epic Collections usually collects like 20 issues or so full color in collections, and I have Captain America, and it's volume 14, and it literally starts off with the first issue of
Oh, nice.
without Captain America. It's the
Yeah.
issue right
Empty
after
cowl.
he says fuck it. So most of the issue is them trying to figure out who should be the guy or whatever.
Yeah.
And it goes
Which
through
is kind of long.
it goes through John Walker training to be Captain America.
Yeah, it's the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
kind of storyline.
a lot of it. And then there's a guy named Battlestar who's who's his guy, who's kind of his Bucky.
Yeah.
And then they also deal with Steve Rogers.
Oh yeah, and then we get some Falcon.
And
in
the
there.
original the US agent costume was originally his. Then there's some stuff with Iron Man where he
is it one dude's run? Like, is it someone?
Iron Man attacks Steve Rogers.
Oh my God!
But basically, by the end of the book, it's revealed that the Red Skull was behind everything that was going wrong with Steve Rogers with the government.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, John Walker literally murdered like a lot of his fucking opponents and besmirched the image of Captain America, and it's a whole thing. And there's also a subplot
Is
where
Daredevil's in this?
yeah, there's also a subplot where the Serpent Society gets attacked by the Hydra chick, and she does this whole thing where Ronald Reagan turns into a snake. It's great. It's pretty great.
This is volume 14.
Yeah, and it was $45.
Jeez.
But when you look at it, it's basically $2 an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's great. I love it. For surprisingly for the 80s, late 80s, with still comic book code authority approved books,
Yeah.
surprisingly is very bloody and violent for that time. No, they they show like when he loses his mind after his parents get gunned down by the watchdogs, and he just decides, "Fuck it, I'm gonna kill all of you now."
Yeah.
Wow, holy shit! It's bloody, and I mean, there's one sequence where he kills all these guys called the Resistance. They're these mutant freedom fighters, because in the comics at the time, the Mutant Registration Act was going on.
Okay.
And it was relegated to a Fall of the Mutants, company-wide, crossover where the X-Men were killed. They ended up in Australia, and that was like, that's a whole thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
but the Mutant Registration Act, and so there's a lot of these Resistance come out, and he fights them once, and they kind of make a fool of him. And the next time he sees them is after his parents have been shot, and he's just like, I don't fucking care about anything anymore. And he literally like slaughters all of them on national TV, and it's fucking crazy. And it's just like, what the fuck? But by the end of that volume, you see Steve Rogers back into the outfit, and
Of course.
it's great.
You gotta keep it going.
Yeah.
You gotta keep the status.
But it's always been one of my favorite. At one point, he loses a sidekick, just like he lost Bucky.
Who's the dude in the back?
That's Captain America, John Walker, and Lamar Hopkins, Bucky, who turns into Battlestar. Why?
Oh yeah, okay. So
There's actually a really poignant moment in the book where a black janitor talks to Lamar and says, "Hey, did you know that the word that Bucky, or the shortened word Buck, is used as a derogatory term for black men in like parts of this country?" And he said, "Oh, yeah, I guess so." So he changes his name to Battlestar.
Huh.
Yeah. There's actually a point.
So wait
in
a
there.
minute. Wait a minute.
Mhm.
So you've been telling me that Captain America
Yeah.
has been dealing with social issues this whole time?
Yep.
He's always been woke?
Yeah. And
Some
there's
bullshit.
actually a really interesting part where a black guy on the commission that strips Steve Rogers, a black guy, they're talking about who could be the next Captain America, and he says, "Well, I guess we can rule out Sam Wilson, the Falcon. I don't think America's quite ready for a black Captain America."
Oh, just like in the show. Damn.
That was back in the 80s, guys.
Yeah. So these books have always had some politics in them.
Yeah.
It's almost like all art has politics in it. Wow. Weird. Down. Wow. All right. So.
And by the way, Reagan is rightly portrayed in this book
As a
as a
snake.
doddering fucking idiot.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he is an idiot.
Anyway, R.I.P.
Sure.
You decide what the P is.
Nice.
Right, let's end
Rest
this
in
show.
pussy.
Wow. We already
Lost some listeners.
we already did kind of Jake's. Yeah, because I pretty much talked about WWE 2K22 as my only.
What was the other thing I wanted to talk about? We did want to talk about, there have been some casting rumors. The guy who's playing Elvis in the Baz Luhrmann directed biopic with Tom Hanks as Colonel Tom. Have you seen the preview?
I can't tell you how little I care about that movie.
Well, the guy who's playing Elvis is going to be Fade Rauta. And did you tell me that what's her name? Florence Pugh was going to be Princess Irulan?
Yeah.
Irulan?
Pretty exciting shit. Pretty exciting stuff. All right, well, thanks so much for listening to.
What was I going to say?
Let's just wrap it up. We're good.
I think, how long has we been talking?
For over an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, we can really fucking...
We can just chitter chatter.
Talk about hot air. Hey,
I'm glad you brought that up because there's there's a text that I sent you earlier this week.
Okay.
There's a book that I want to read, a comic book.
You can read any book you want, buddy.
I can fly in the sky. Butterfly in the sky is what I would say. Take a look. It's in a book. Read rainbow. Anyway.
I
can
do anywhere.
Anyway. there's a comic book I want to read because this is what I love about comic books when they do these fucking ridiculous crossovers.
Oh yeah.
And I got
yeah.
no.
I know
Look,
what you're talking about.
you saw the cover I sent you. It's a fucking badass cover.
Yeah,
all right,
it really is.
because it's just a simple red color of Optimus Prime's helmet, but it's shattered in a piece, and on the inside is the fucking T800.
It's almost like Optimus Prime's skeleton is the T1000
or T1000, yeah.
T800. No, it's
It's
T800
T800 because
yeah.
T1000 is the
Is
liquid
it,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a T800.
Like we fucking care. But let's get it right,
But no,
man.
this is what I love about Terminator. Is Terminator just keeps creeping up into other shit throughout like the last 5 or so years. Because like Gears 5 had Terminator as a bonus character, like a bonus multiplayer character, which is like whatever. It's just a random character. But there's a couple other games that had fucking Mortal Kombat 11. The Terminator is a character that you can play as. And so it's just funny that like Terminator and there's a RoboCop versus the Terminator. There's so many crossover books, but the book that I really want to read is Transformers versus the Terminators. Just because that's the most bonkers story on the fucking planet. How are they going to justify these giant mechs fighting these Terminators? And I want to read this book and review it for the show just because
Here's the thing,
there's
though.
no way that book can't be fun.
Right, but here's the thing: is like Batman versus Aliens and Batman
Those
versus
are good
Predator.
books. Those are fucking dope books.
Are they not?
They're awesome. I love them.
But didn't you, when you heard about them, you're like, that's fucking stupid.
Right. And that is true. Maybe we'll really like it. And that's kind of the beauty of these like bonkers comic book crossovers is sometimes they end up being a lot better. Like
RoboCop versus Terminator was
It's
actually
fun.
pretty good.
it's funny because I don't think Frank Miller really
It's an original idea of like how you would fight
Yeah, but I don't think Frank Miller fully watched Terminator when he made it, but whatever. But
No.
that's what makes it fun is it can tell that story and totally be out of continuity because it's a random crossover.
You know what I want to see is Terminator versus Godzilla.
You know they made a game out of that? RoboCop versus Terminator? It's like a
Why?
Nintendo game.
No.
If I could find a way to play it, we could play it. It would be funny. But I don't know if there would be a good emulator for it.
I was reading some shit about video games yesterday, and I realized I totally forgot about this. But the Nintendo version of Mortal Kombat didn't have blood,
Yeah.
but the Sega version you could use a cheat code. Yes.
I remember that.
I forgot about that. I think we had Nintendo.
Let's see.
Yeah,
I remember
we were Nintendo kids.
we played it on a Nintendo 64. There was I think it was, I can't remember which Mortal Kombat it was, but that's
Do you know the original programmers never saw a fucking dime?
not surprised. But there's my favorite character is Noob Saibot. And
Noob side boob?
it's Noob Saibot because it's a flipping of the last names of the
You're a
developers. So
You're a
it's
flipper.
John Tobias's last name flipped. It's Tobias flipped to Saibot, and Ed Boon it's Noob. Anyway, that character I love playing as him on the Nintendo 64 because if you just wiggle the middle stick, it does his move where he teleports behind you and slams you. And I just cheated and did that. And I was one of those guys for a while. I was a one-hit guy.
I was
Whatever.
Point
I'm getting extremely off topic.
I was a leg sweeper.
Yeah, you fuck those people, okay? Fuck them. No, the real people that are dicks are the fuckers that take characters like that have projectiles
Yeah.
and just sit on one side of the map and just shoot their gun at you or throw like a energy ball at you, and you're like, "Hey, fuck you! Actually, fight me." But anyway, I don't know what I was talking about.
E-Honda is a fucking cheat, man, because you do the hand thing and you
Yeah.
can do it from far away.
Yeah.
I always use E-Honda because of that. But then you get somebody using Blanca or something like that, and then you're fucked.
See, I never really played Street Fighter that much.
Well, it's because you're a fucking douche.
I was always in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, well sounds
fuck
about right.
you, dude. Anyway, thanks
And
so much
fuck
for listening.
Hey, Tekken, eat a bag of dicks, man. We never give a shit
The
about
only
you.
fighting game I play now is WWE 2K22. This episode has been sponsored. No, it has
It's
not.
time for a tag team match.
Dude, I hate
Off panel, off wrestling.
off-panel, off-wrestling.
Big
Don't-
Richard
hey,
Johnson.
Don't threaten me with a
And
good time.
Fat
I'll
Dick
make
Bert.
us a fucking logo and a belt and everything.
We're doing it.
I'll do it. Off
doing
panel,
it.
off wrestling.
Yep.
Stay
tuned for our Patreon
And it's like-
channel. Each week, you'll be able to get a new update on what's going on in OPOW.
OPOW.
That's too long. You can't just do and that's it now. Because that's like, I mean, people are going to be turning off.
When we come out to the ring, this is what it goes.
Okay.
You're over here, you're yelling,
Yes!
and I'm over here yelling,
Nice.
You're
and
yelling.
then Stan Lee is yelling.
And that's it.